Hello, Level 9s. This is my mini lesson on continuing ideas. I recommend you do this before you read and maybe even before you write. So we use continuing ideas to add information. Of course, we don't want to use the same subject to start our sentence over and over again. That's why we use sentence variety. And this is yet another tool or strategy you can use when you're writing to create variety in your writing. But when you're reading, it's also important because we can then look at and make better connections to our reading. Okay. So to make our writing flow better and to avoid repetitiveness, writers often use words like this, these, the, such as. Okay, it's often followed by a noun, a synonym, or an idea from an earlier sentence, and we use this instead of repeating the same words over and over. For example, for many of us, eating has surprisingly little to do with hunger. We eat out of boredom, for entertainment, to comfort or reward ourselves. Pollen, 2009. The next sentence might say, this behavior. Now the word behavior is relating to our behavior for eating. It's not necessarily a specific word. It can be a whole idea. So, to repeat, we use continuing ideas to better understand connections between sentences and ideas, and we can also use it to improve our writing. So when you are reading, look for continuing idea markers. Ask yourself, what did these markers refer to? What idea are they referring to in the sentence beforehand? And use your knowledge of synonyms and word families. That will come in handy when you're looking for these. Some general words for continuing ideas that you can use when things are happening, for things that happen, like a circumstance. Oh, these unprecedented circumstances, or this world crisis. Often in the news, you're going to hear words like this, okay? Development, disaster, event, incident, this major problem, this horrible tragedy, this developing situation. Okay, those are certain words that you'll hear over and over again. As I said, often in the news when reporters are reporting on something. For things that people do, we use words like, oh, this wonderful achievement, or this risky action, behavior, decision, habit, move, practice, this response, or this tendency. Okay? You can always also use continuing idea words for things that people say and write. Okay, so-and-so's claim yesterday, complaint, criticism, objection, offer, request, statement, or warning. And then the last category is for things that people think, okay? Oh, so-and-so's attitude towards whatever, belief, idea, opinion, somebody's reaction, maybe even their view. Okay, I know these are a lot to comprehend at the moment, but just keep them in the back of your mind and try and pay attention when you're reading. Here's some more examples of how you would look for them in a reading. The CDC has recommended people stay 6 feet apart to stop the spread of disease. Such a move has changed the way we live. Okay. By June 8th, 2020, more than 400,000 people had died of coronavirus worldwide. This tragedy shocked the world. The government of Canada closed borders to the United States for many months during 2020. This decision probably saved many Canadian lives. According to new statistics, unemployment has risen in the last 6 months. Oops, sorry. These figures suggest that the economy is floundering. Okay, so here's just a few examples of continuing ideas in sentences. Now for your homework. I would like you to read pages 64 in Making Connections 3, and then do the exercises, pages 65 to 67, in addition to a few more exercises on page 73. Okay, to give yourself an extra added little challenge. When you do your other readings in our Unit 4, try and see if you can highlight at least one continuing marker in your reading. Also, when you're revising your essays or writing anything, why don't you try using a continuing marker? Make an extra effort to use a word that you haven't used before. Okay, that's my lesson. I hope you have a good day. Happy reading.